Hi everyone, Sean here. In this particular presentation, pretty short, about 8 minutes, we're going to focus on one important strategy in the area of focusing. If you're like me, every once in a while it's hard to sort of get really focused on the important tasks that we have to get done in our days to accomplish those goals and objectives that we have. So I think you'll enjoy the presentation. If you struggle with focusing from time to time, I think this one tip in the mix of a constellation of a lot of strategies will be very helpful. So enjoy. Well, welcome to today's short presentation. If you're struggling with your focusing abilities to really, focus in on the important tasks or goals that you need to accomplish to get things done, then I think you'll enjoy this particular presentation. One of the characteristics that separates successful people from people that don't accomplish the kind of success that they'd like is really their ability to stay focused on the important tasks, those little tasks that they need to do every single day to move in the direction of their important goals. And in spite of distractions, like we all battle at, the inertia and the distractions every day that come at us, in spite of that, and ever-changing circumstances, these individuals can consistently focus back toward the important tasks that need to be looked after. So, like I said, if you struggle in this area, if you easily drift away from these tasks that lead to the important goals that you have, you'll benefit from this presentation. I love this image because it really is what we need to be doing. We have all this information around us, but the word focus is right in the middle is what we see. And so we need to cultivate this ability. It's not something that we can do all the time. I really believe in the principle of oscillation. Sometimes we're going to be on, sometimes we're going to be off. We need to rest and we need to focus. But the goal is to, just like someone exercising increases their physical capacity, their strength, their aerobic strength, their flexibility, that has to be worked on to improve it. Our focusing ability is the same way. So maybe I have the ability to focus for 10 minutes today on a task, and then I have to disengage. But my goal might be to build up to a half an hour to 45 minutes. And I think it's very helpful as part of a focusing strategy to focus and disengage. We really are wired to do that. I think there's the law of diminishing returns that kicks in if you're trying to focus all through your day. So in some respects, less is more here. So the first thing, though, is to get that focusing ability under control. So there's a lot of rituals we can use and build into our lives to increase our focusing ability. I'm just going to share with you one. There's a key moment in our day, and I think that when we reflect on this, for some of us, we had the wonderful experience of our parents reading to us. And they may have read to us books that had maybe inspiring stories, great adventures. There's probably some character traits built into that our parents were trying to inculcate into our lives. And then we would put the bed down and we'd debrief with our parents for the day and hopefully have a great sleep. And while we're sleeping, our subconscious minds were working on and cultivating that imprinting. And so really we want to take advantage of the same kind of process in our own day. So believe it or not, one of the focusing strategies that we want to employ is to take advantage of that later in the day routine that will help you be set up for a lot of effectiveness the next day. And so there's a lot of reasons why this can work. And one of the reasons for that is later in the day we are more apt to be able to tap into an alpha wave state. And so as an example, as you drift off to sleep, you enter an alpha wave brainwave state. And in that state, you're much more suggestible. And there's good and bad about this. The bad about this is that if you watch the evening news at 11 o'clock and it's full of crimes and war and automobile accidents and death and murder, well, what do you think that your subconscious mind is going to take in and really focus in while you're sleeping? It's going to be that kind of data that's coming into your mind that it's going to focus in on. What you want to do is take real control over that process, so that what would the difference in quality in your life be if you intentionally, at the latter part of the day, focused on maybe some inspirational autobiography, maybe some books working on some aspect of your life that you want to improve. And what you want to do is imagine the power of meditating, reflecting on this information, and take the time to do that at the end of the day just before you go to sleep. then what happens is your subconscious mind powerfully works on those imprints that you've given to it, so that when you get up the next day, you're setting yourself up for success. So how could this look, from a practical standpoint? Well, I've given you a few questions here that you can ponder, but it's nothing more, technical than, taking out a spiral binder. I have a smaller spiral binder that I use. And I really believe in this process that you want to go low tech. I've talked in previous videos about the benefit of going analog. We live in a digital age, and that's progressively more and more so, but I would encourage you to tap into the creative power of writing things out. It could be doodling, drawing pictures, writing things out as a way of to tap into the creative aspect of yourself. And I think this later in the day review really lends itself to using a pen and a piece of paper or a pencil, whatever your preference is, to write down these thoughts and ideas. So I've given you some questions here. Let me expand on these questions a little bit, sort of as we go through it. So what you want to do is to even close your eyes when you reflect on the question, do some deep rhythmic breathing, and give yourself the following directions. So here's some questions. So show me where I could have been more effective today. So what things could I learn? Where could I improve? Show me where I could have been more conscious today. When people were talking to me, was I really focused in on them in that moment? When my kids tugged me on the shirt and wanted me to see what they'd made with their Lego, did I stop what I was doing and really focus in on them? So were you conscious today? Were you in the moment? Were you present? Show me where I could have been a better manager or teacher or student or spouse. So in specific roles, could I have done better? Show me where I could have been more loving today in my relationships. And show me where I could have been more assertive today. Did I have some ideas, but I kept them to myself? I robbed the people around me from the ideas that actually may have created a better solution. And I didn't share my thoughts in that moment. What was I able to accomplish today? We had talked in a previous presentation, and we talk about this in workshops. Dan Sullivan with the Strategic Coach he has an idea or a concept called the 21-day positive focus. And key to that focus is that every day you write down 3 to 5 things that you accomplished, that you were happy about, because so much in our world robs us of that sense of accomplishment, and yet because we overlook it, we focus on the negatives. And this exercise focuses you on what did you do well, because we naturally default to what we didn't do well. And then the last part is, what are your plans or goals for tomorrow? So what do you want to accomplish? Write that down, your key activities, your key goals. Now, what's powerful about this process is that as you are drifting into an alpha wave state and focusing on these things and you fall asleep, your subconscious mind is going to work away at these things. It's going to be one of the tools in your kit bag that you'll use. So when you show up the next day, you're going to be more focused, more attentive, because you've directed your mind towards the important things that you want to accomplish. Now, this is just one tool in a whole array of tools that you'll want to integrate into your focusing strategies. If your organization is looking to train your people, your staff, senior managers, the important teams that help you accomplish important tasks as organizations, then you probably want to go to our website, check out our materials, and we'd love to have a conversation with you about how we can help you have more resilient and productive teams to accomplish the important goals that you have. You can visit our website at www.takechargeofchange.com for a lot of free resources that you can check out. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.